All right. Let's get started. Time to play some more of the Spark. I got a couple new decks I'm going to build today. So, we will start with the green stomp. Let's see. Nisa. Make this let's see. All right, so we got Nisa. Excuse me. Incubation Druid. Ocean Sage. Jade Light Ranger. There we go. And we got what's let's go. Three of those. Oops. Try that again. Peace Whisperer. Alright, we're going to try it like this, and then if this doesn't work, we've got a couple tricks that we want to try, but for now, we'll leave it that way. Landwalker. Looks pretty good. Done. Okay. And then I have some changes, I think, to this. Leave that there. Alright, Kazmina is red, black, blue. Kazmina, we need 4 of those. We need Corbolus, Dragon God 3, yep. Sarkhan. Masterless 2. I'll make that 3. Ujin 1. 1. And Obnix is cruelty. It's 2. I'm gonna make it 3. Okay, so that's it for those. For Soul Diviner, I didn't like Soul Diviner, so I'm not using that. 3 Duress. 4 Thought Erasers. I think I used Lightning Strikes instead of the Soul Diviner. I don't get the Soul Diviner thing. Soul Diviner, I'm gonna look at it real quick again. See what I'm missing. I think I like Rekindling Phoenix better. I don't know. Let's look at it. So he has no lightning strikes in here. I'm gonna put this down to 1 in case. Thought Erasers 4. Cast downs are 2. I think I went with the Rampage instead. Actually, I went with the extra one of those. Let's go with cast down. On 2, okay. Let's go with Tyrant Scorn. A couple of those. He does not have anger. He uses Bedevil for his Planeswalker removal. He's got Search for Skanta in there. And we got what, 25 land here. So what am I taking out? Did he take out the Nicole Bulls? He did. He did. That's what he did. Okay, so he took out Bolus because he uses Sarkhan the Masterless instead. Alright, so that's our 60 card deck. Then we can go here. delete this. And moment of craving. 8, 10, 15. So he's got moment of craving in here. 4 Davriels. 4 Narsets. 3 Unmoored Egos. 2 Ritual Suits. Logan. Eugene, he has 1 of, right? Yeah, 1 of. He doesn't have the Elder spell. I like 1 Elder spell. Take that out. Moment of craving, huh? See, I like Ritual Suit better. Okay, I think this is our deck. Croaky's Grixis. I did some changes, but you know, still his deck. It's done. Alright, let's go hit some best of 1 here with Landwalker. And then we've got a couple of, well, we got a couple of best of 1s. And if all else fails, we're going to revisit this. I'm going to take Krinko out. And Samet Sprint out. War Boss. This Gitu Lava Runner. Kind of like this version. Wizards. Light up the stage. Chain Whirler. There it is. 1, 2, 3. frig. I want it. Well, I think I'm gonna do this version instead. And I'm gonna add one. Actually, I'll add Sue and Shaman. So I'm in between either Flame of Keld or Experimental Frenzy. Frenzy's 4, and Cult's 2. I think I do it like this. Rekindling Burn, and then we will put the Goblin Chain Whirler up there. I think this is a good version. I hate mono red, but you have to play it sometimes to compete. So that's good enough for that. And now we will go do some best of one. I'd like a land RL to start, but this will have to do. Waiting on our opponent. Maybe he's watching the baseball game. His name is New York Mets 86. And are we getting an opponent? I'll just hydrate while I'm waiting. Always stay hydrated. And he's on a timer. Let's see if that speeds him up any. think I will record these games. Put it on my, there we go. He decided to play. Upload the video. Let's try this first. Block to initiate, as long as he's not pumped, of course. I don't know how long the dude will last, but now I can't block it. Yep. Okay, do your 2 points. Good job. I think I adapted now. I can't adapt it. That's right. I need one more. Alright, so we'll put this down. Put this down. And next we'll put MtGArena on the board. That'll slow his roll. I doubt if he's going to kill both the incubation druid and the elf here. So... Domri, bad. Good. Wow, okay. Not sure why you did that, but okay. MtGArena. MtGArena is a badass. Now I get my card draw going. As long as he doesn't lightning strike it.
Oh, I wish you could see your face.
Alright, this could be a Phoenix. Possibly a dual Spellbreaker. Oh, Frenzy's Onyx. You know, I know what that is, but you don't see it very often. It's a pumpable Riot Trampler. Very good card, actually. So, let's go ahead and attack with V2. Probably blocks with the Druid. I wish this was trample. It would be so much sweeter, but it would have to be like a 7 or an 8 mana card. Yeah, I figured he'd block with the Druid. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. I need this on board, so I'll just do this. I need some card draw. He's gonna do 5.
Come and destroy!
Unless he riots for another Spellbreaker. I'm gonna have to leave V2 back. Oh, that won't matter now. Because Claymore Shaman's a bad card. It's pretty nasty. Oh, I did that wrong. Well, what's new? I do a lot of stuff wrong. Yeah, he's just gonna make this unblockable, so I might as well attack with it at this point. If he wants to block with his Claymore Shaman, I'm fine with that. That's fine. Alright, we're down to 13. If he attacks with Frenzied, I might have to block now at this point. Nope, never mind. Can't block. There we go. There we go.
Nature's true power.
Now I can just block with the grazer. I only take 3. Actually, I would take 6.
Oh, have at it, boys.
So I have to block with more. Oh, jeez. He's stacked. My opponent's got the gas. He's probably gonna kill, I'm assuming he's gonna kill my land or the Jade Light Ranger. I might. Yeah, he's probably just gonna kill my land creature. Could kill the Beast Whisperer too. Yep. Okay. That's alright. Now you can't attack with Frenzied Arts. Oh, he's legendary, so I can only play one of those. I might want to attack with him. Attack the face. See, this kills this. That blocks 3. Alright, we will first attack this. That was stupid. Why does it do that? I don't get why it does that.
Harness the elements.
Alright, attack here. And attack here.
I'll be back after I've licked my wounds. You'll see.
So he makes this an 8-5 right now. That's a 9-6. Sure.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Believe he's gonna block with Druid. Oh, both. Okay. Excuse me. Anvil Live. Yo, I hope you don't mind, but I can barely hear you. The game is too loud, and it sounds like it's coming from bad speakers. Alright, sorry, hold on. Let me turn this down. Tell me if that helps.
Through this land, we are all connected.
Oh, I just used my
The land shall
onboard
conquer you.
speakers, but I've captured my my game sound, so I've got a blue what you call it, blue. My mind's going blank, man. Sorry, you caught me off guard. Thanks. Hey, I think it was a little bit premature, but I think I don't. Tell me if you can hear it better now, though. Does the game sound better now? You know, it's hard for me because I don't get to hear what you guys hear. I play back on my video, on my videos, and it sounds good. So, not really sure. But I had this set to 50. Maybe I need to set it to 30. No, actually, I do worry about. Let me see if it. Let me play another game here, and you tell me. Man, I appreciate the information, man. That's awesome. Because if I don't hear it from the viewers, then I don't know. You know what? I had the settings up to 50, and I usually have it down to 40. So I put it on 30, and let's see what happens. How does my voice sound though? Is the sound coming through me personally? It's just the games, right? All right, let's keep this. Just tell me if it's too loud still, man. I don't want to blow anybody's ears out. One more land and I get going, baby. Should have probably put out Land Our Elves turn 1, but one Jade Light's gone. Is the special effects still too loud? The voice is good at the moment, just the special effects, so no worries. I'm in for nice to see play with the beginner tag. On this game a week ago. Never played any Magic. Oh yeah, I always cater to the beginners, man. I don't know what it's like. I've been a beginner. Let's keep that on there. Alright, let's get this out. Alright, I'll turn special effects down for you. See gameplay. Oops. Audio. Special effects. Turn that down a little bit. Maybe the audience can go in. Alright. Alright, is it still super loud? Does that help any? Alright, that's what I wanted right there, baby. Oh, man, I wish I could have played him. Oh, yep, I'll beat you with that. Yep. He might kill Ghazi. Haha, he didn't have a way to kill Ghazi. What are you playing, man? He's got Esper control and he didn't have a Mortify to kill the Ghazi? Up in the microphone. Does that help? The microphone up? See, I don't use the, I don't use my... Okay, yeah, see what I did was I had the microphone down and I had the game. See, my volume or my speakers are inboard, so I don't have sound playing to me from the game. It's just going directly to Streamlabs OBS, which is also going to Restream, because I stream to Twitter and YouTube live at the same time. But I've been tweaking things lately, so I think I might have turned my mic down too far. Is that better? You tell me, man. You're really helping me out, man. I appreciate it, Mr. Invil Live. I'm kind of a new streamer, so you're new to Magic the Gathering, and I'm new to streaming. So I've only been streaming for right at a month now. So sometimes I get to tweaking things and trying to do certain things, and it ends up changing something else. So I'm still trying to figure things out. So thanks for the information. I don't mind that at all. All the help you can get here. Cranko. And if you nice, best advice I can give you is that Streamlabs has a recording button that you can use to record yourself. It gets saved in the videos folder if I'm not... Yes, sir, I've got that. I've also got Resolve. DaVinci Resolve to edit. So, yep, I'm aware of those things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done that, but then everybody starts screaming that it's echoing. I had like 3 or 4 viewers at one point, and I had I had it opened, and I forgot to turn the volume down, and they're all like, "Hey, man, you got an echo." So, like I said, every time I do one thing, it changes something else. But as long as you say it's good now, this is where I plan on leaving it. I don't plan on tweaking anything here. So as long as everything sounds good, then that's good. Yeah, man, I can help you out with decks too, man. I'm really pretty good at Magic the Gathering. I could probably go professional, but I have a family, so I don't have the time. If I was single, I'd be professional. I'd be on tour. I definitely have the knowledge of Magic the Gathering, but as far as techie stuff, I'm okay at it. But I'm not as good at tech stuff as I am at Magic the Gathering. And if you don't mind, I would sure appreciate a follow and a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. If you don't know how to do it, then I can walk you through it. If not, that's cool. But I always ask. Alright, so Mono Red's my nemesis. I've got a good blocker here. If he's got Lightning Strike, then I love it, because anytime I can absorb direct damage to my creatures rather than my face. See, he's a good player. He knows to go to my face. Well, see, I would have went to face with everything. I think that was a bad move by my opponent. When I play up against something like this, where they've got some good blockers and they've got some aggressive creatures, I put everything with my mono red. I just go face, 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 face. And I don't even care much about my creatures at that point. I'm just trying to do everything I can to the opponent's face here. Alright, so we can block. We're not blocking that, because we're not that stupid. We're gonna gain life here anyway. Tried out many decks, but I just couldn't win anything. I made a black discard deck, and I've gone from bronze to gold. Yeah, that's good. It's a good deck. I've played that deck. Alright, do we have enough? Yes, we do. I can put this down. Then I'm going to get double Wild Growth Walker. Add some life. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that right now for you. Alright, let's see if that helps. Alright, oh, victory, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out because I don't wanna, that might be why I'm not getting any viewers, because I've been sounding like shit, so man, it's about time somebody. Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, because see, I don't use, let's try this. Alright, let's see if that worked. Tell me how it sounds now, man. I turned down some other stuff. Let's see. Man, I really appreciate this help, man. I've probably been turning away because I haven't had viewers the whole week. And I was getting like 1, 2, 3 here. And now I wasn't getting anything. And so I must have been blowing people's eardrums out and didn't even know it. It's about time somebody was nice enough to let me know. Thank you very much. You know, sometimes streamers, you know, you have no idea what's going on until somebody says, hey, man, you should do this or you should do that. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I don't mind being stupid. I like it when people help out. Some people are too proud to take some advice, but not me. Alright. This could get really nasty quick. This could get nasty quick with this river sneak, because I can't do anything about the river sneak. So I need to start doing some damage. Man. I think I'm just going to put the incubation druid down. If he blocks here, I'll be so happy. Okay, I didn't get that lucky. At least I could stop the Jade Bear. Wow, he didn't even attack with the river snake? That's freaking crazy. What in the hell is going on with that? I guess I just put Gazi down. That's going to make him have to do some work here now. So does it sound better now? I've been streaming for a couple of months now, but had a little break because of work and interest. But in June, I'm starting back again. Just making a lot of mistakes and learning from them and checking out your own stream just to test. Yeah. Like I said, I go back and I listen to my live streams and my videos, and they sound fine. So I don't know if it's just something different with the live stream or what, because I upload all my live streams to YouTube, and I go back and listen to them, and they sound good. So I don't know. Maybe today is just something different. I don't think I did anything different, but hey, I'm willing to make a change. When I go and when I edit this today, I'll look and see what I'm missing. I'm just gonna attack with V2. Not sure why he's not attacking with the River Sneak. I don't know if he's got some kind of combo trick he's trying to pull here or what. Three, four, five. Let's just do this. That's fine. If he attacks with the River Sneak, it's fine. No, no, you probably didn't. You know, it's just everybody's preference, I guess. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Oh, wow, he's done. I keep talking to you, and I'm not paying attention to the game, and I keep winning. You're good luck. Yeah, man, that's cool, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, you're a good luck charm, man. I just keep talking to you, and I keep winning games, and I don't even know if I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. So you never did answer me, and maybe I didn't ask it. I don't remember. Anyway, so does the stream sound better now? Does the sound on the game did that fix what I did? What I did it fix it? Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Well, hopefully it's better for anybody else that stops in too. Watch the next person comes in and he's like, man, I can barely hear the special effects. That's how it works. I'll have one person come in and tell me one thing, and then another person will come in and tell me something else. Yeah, they are. They are already pretty loud. But I guess I don't know how old you are, but I'm 47, so I kind of don't like the loud noises. The older I get, the more I don't. But the young bucks, man, they like that loud bass, boom, boom. They love all that stuff. I've listened to some streamers. I don't know if you listen to anybody else, but like Croakies and Noxious, Mogwai, Mega Mogwai. They have their special effects way up too. I mean, it's like I'm listening to them on my phone sometimes, and I have to turn my phone down because it's just like bam, bam. Let's see. Well, I'm definitely going to be ramping here. Gotcha. Yeah, it's good to learn, man. I tell you, I watch other streamers just because, I don't know everything. And to become the best, you have to watch the best. And so, whether I agree with somebody or disagree with them, it's good to watch them just to see how they play because you learn things new every day. I've learned something from every streamer that I've watched. I've learned patience. That's one of the biggest things I've learned from watching streams. And being on stream too. I've just learned to just be patient. He might take the incubation druid here. Jade Light Ranger, really? Okay. So he doesn't mind if I ramp all day. He just doesn't want me to be able to attack him. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is the part that I always worry about. Yeah, Vape Nation, man. I vape. That's my thing. I'm a vapor. He could mortify the druid if I... Oh, well. I'm just going to do it. Oh, cool. He didn't have the mortify on his hand. Usually sometimes they mortify the druid while you're adapting it. But he might kill it now anyway. You can ask Killichronic about the game sounds. Killichronic. That's a funny name. Oh, okay. I'm at Badazz A. Badazz77A. You can see it above my picture there. And my email. Nice to meet you, buddy. I think I'm gonna attack with all. I'm fearing a board sweep, so I think I'm just gonna wait here. I have plenty of land on the board. Yeah, no shit, man. That's what I did. I started playing in like '94. I think the 3rd or 4th expansion was coming out. I started like real early. I was still playing like Birds of Paradise and stuff like that. I think he's trying to set me up for a board sweep, but I'm not going to fall for it. Go ahead and board sweep 1 Incubation Druid and 1 Elf if you want to. There it is. There it is. I knew it was coming. So now I can load the board. Oh, cancel. Yeah, I think that's enough. He might have another Kaya's. Yep, there we go. See? Glad I didn't put everything out there. I'd be boardless. Alright. This doesn't really matter, but... Oh, I can't do it. Again, I did... See, I shouldn't have put the grazer out. That was my mistake. It's tough, man. It's tough to level in this game, man. Especially when they do shit like that, man. Control decks are a pain in the ass. Just a pain in the ass. He's gonna block this. I'm just not drawing good this game, especially against a control deck. He can just keep putting up zombies here all day long.
This looks like a fun new toy.
He's just gonna make zombies all day long because I have no removal. If I ever make a best of 3 out of this, I'm definitely putting black in and building removal into this. Oh, jeez. Just more and more land. I have nothing to proliferate, so... The only thing I can do is hope for Nisa. Let's see, what's he going to do here? Each opponent... Oh, jeez, here we go. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each type and sacrifices all the rest. Yeah, it's pretty much done here. Yeah. GG. Yeah, blue can be... Control deck is basically anything that controls you. Anything that counters or does a lot of manipulation. Even something that's got a lot of removal. It's control. It controls what you do. Anything that makes you as a player do something different because of their deck, to me, is control. Alright. Let's just keep going on. I just didn't get off very good. Oh, anything that changes what you do. Like, you know, whether they are using counter spells or removal or manipulation, um, aggressive planeswalker decks, those are all considered control. Mid range is when they have some control and some creatures, and then aggro is, 80-90% creatures. That's what they're talking about. So control is basically something that mainly it's like 75 to 80% counter removal, planeswalkers, and then mid range is 60-40, 40-60, 50-50. You have some control aspects and you have some aggro aspects. That's mid range. And then aggro decks are 75-80% or more creatures, aggressive creature style. I'll put the druid out. See, this is another control deck. He's putting out. He's got. He's got removal, and he's got planeswalkers that top deck you and stuff. I'm gonna put the Beast Whisperer out. He's probably gonna kill it, but hey. Yeah, no problem, man. Any questions you have, I'll answer. If I don't know what the answer is, I can always find it or try to find it. I mean, I don't know everything, but a lot of what I know is up here, and being able to get it to come out here is not always as easy. Okay, at this point, I think I'm going to attack this. That way you can only make me discard one more card. I think I'm just going to put all this out. Alright, now I've got some cards in my hand. It's going to make me discard again. See if I lost all my nieces now. I lost a G2. Nope, I still have nieces. Oh, there's one. Man, you punk. I love this card. I play it in a deck. I've got a deck that I play that in. Alright, let's just kill this thing now. Oh, let's not do that. Let's do this. I'm done with her. Okay. I think I'm gonna play G2 now. I just hope he doesn't have a. Hope he doesn't have a ritual suit. Otherwise, I'm only gonna have Beast Whisperer out there and Ghazi. Oh, there she is. All right, what are you gonna do? He's probably just gonna kill the Ghazi. No, maybe not. Huh? Let's see, 2, 4. That's 7. And the Ghazi. No matter what, Liliana's dead.
Looks like you're on
Okay,
your own now.
I think I'm just gonna adapt her. Yeah. He's like, I found your picture before you shaved. You need your head, I think. Yeah. No, my head was my head's always been shaved, but I had a long beard down to about here, and I went to go trim it, and I kind of put the wrong attachment on. So I went to go shave, and it put a big giant gash in the middle of it, and it looked like I had like an anvil or a tooth hanging down, a black tooth hanging down or something. So I just said the hell with it, I'll start over. So I'm starting to grow it back again. But yeah, I've always been bald. I've always shaved my head, but sometimes it gets a little longer than others. All right, let's keep doing this, man. This deck's pretty good. So are you just on 2 accounts then? Is Anvil Live and Kilochronic the same person? No? Okay. Sorry. I didn't realize I had 2 people talking to me, man. Sometimes I get mixed up on this chat thing. I get so involved in my gaming. I suck at streaming because I do it just because I'm playing anyway. I might as well stream. If it works out and I get people to talk to me, then great. If I don't, then I keep playing. I'm not the best streamer in the world. Favorite colors for a deck, man. I like anything that kicks people's ass. So I play. Here, you know what? I'll just take you to. I'll take you here. See, I got Burn. I got Grixis. I've got Green Stomp. I've got Esper Control. This is kind of a mid-range control deck. I've got tokens. I mean, you name it, I play it, man. I got a Feathered deck. I got Judith decks. I got Simic. I play Simic. This isn't Simic, but Chinese, all of them. Oh, okay. The Boros Justice deck is nice. I could show it to you. It's just basically what I did was instead of, I took a Feather deck and then I added in a couple of things like the Aurelias. I added in Lyra. Jaya is just kind of a little extra. I hardly ever see it, but it's basically a really quick deck. All right, on this screen, I'm having problems reading here. The only thing you know is a discard deck. Yeah, I'll explain it to you in a minute. Shoot, I probably spend about anywhere from $100 to $200 per expansion. So there's 4 a year. So I spend anywhere between $400 and $800 a year on it. Because when the new expansion comes out, I put in 150 on it just to get a bunch of the new cards, and then I just play all these quests down here each day and blow these quests out. Like I need to play a white black deck today, so I might do that next. And then I just like Guilds of Ravnica, I pretty much got the entire set. let's see packs. Ixalan, I have probably 60%. Rivals of Ixalan, I probably have 55% of it. Dominaria, I probably have about 75%. The core, I probably got about 85 to 90%. Guilds of Ravnica, I got like 90, 95. Ravnica Allegiance, I've got probably 90, 95. And then War of the Spark, I'm probably up to about 65 to 70% of that so far. Oh, I spend it on gems. I go here, and I go here, and I go here. Either here or here. And I just buy gems, and then I use those gems to buy the packs. Or when it first starts out, when the game first starts out, I play sealed and traditional drafts. Where's the... Competitive metagame challenge. What's this? Bring your constructed deck and play best of 3 matches. You'll receive rewards. Yeah, see, these rewards aren't worth it. Starts in 21 hours. But yeah, I played a lot of sealed when day 1 of War of Sparks. That's where I spent. Does that answer your question? And then going back to what me and my mind's going blank here. I'm sorry. Killer Chronic. Oh shoot! What did I do here? Going back to what me and Chronic was talking about. In my deck lists here, like this is considered mono red because it's got complete red in it. Grixis is blue, black, and red. Mono green stomp decks means that it's green and it's mainly creatures that do a lot of damage to the face. That's considered stomp. Esper mid control. Esper is white, blue, and black. The mid is mid range, which, like I said earlier, is, you know, half creatures and control. And so I could just say Esper mid range here, but I put Esper mid control. Why, I don't know. Selesnya is green and white, so this is a token deck, which means I make a lot of extra tokens and things. So that's Selesnya tokens. If you Google color names of decks, MtGArena, it'll come up in the either on Reddit or other posts that people will put, and they tell you why things are called certain things. Like, for instance, Boros is white and red. But then, like, if you get to this, like, this is a 5-color deck. So it doesn't really have, I mean, they do have names for 5 colors, but nobody uses them. I would just put on this one 5-color deck, you know. Playing constructive events, I'm a free kind of guy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with free, man. Hey, just because I spend my money on this game, you know, everybody else spends their money on what they want to spend it on, you know. I don't have, you know, super crazy toys like boats and, you know, stuff like that. So instead, I spend a little money on the game, but, you know, everything changes. Hey, thanks for the follow, Killer Chronic. Appreciate it, buddy. You guys are both really cool for following. And if you don't mind, if you do watch YouTube or you go on YouTube at all, you can find my channel there. It's the same name, Badazz77 MtGArena. Costs you nothing. Subscribe. Just go to my page, go to my channel on YouTube, and just hit the subscribe button. It helps me build my channel. And again, it doesn't cost the viewers anything. You only get like so many. I think it's 1,000 subscribes, but you know, I don't think I'll ever subscribe to 1,000 things. So I usually subscribe to any page I go look at. I subscribe to, and I'll keep doing that until somebody says, until I get a message saying, "Hey, you have no more subscriptions." Oh yeah, it's possible. With all the dual lands and stuff in there, you can play some 5-color decks, 4 and 5-color decks. MtGArena, put a link in the description below, and same on your YouTube. Or make a command. Man, dude, you know what I'm gonna do? If I end up getting a bunch of viewers and a bunch of subscribers, and I end up eventually getting bigger, then I'm going to go and have a person come to my house and, you know, set all this stuff up for me. Because, you know, just like MtGArena is kind of new to you, this stuff's new to me. So telling me to put descriptions and links and commands and all that, you're talking way over my head. I'd have to have somebody sit down. Now, once somebody sat down with me and showed me how to do it, then I could do it. But until then, just saying it online, I'd never be able to do it. Thanks for the subscribe. What's this? Indica Fat Bud. Hey, I'm fat too, man. It's nice to meet you. Anyway, I'm just kidding. That's so funny. Yeah, thanks for the subscription there, buddy. Oh, I bet you that's Envil Live. Indica Fat Bud. Is that you, Envil? Because it just turned your chat red. Oh, it's your YouTube. Okay, thanks, Killer Chronic. I appreciate it. I couldn't tell. Yeah, maybe eventually. Like I said, right now, I'm not really... People, if you're not nothing against you personally, I realize some people are lazy and they don't want to switch to YouTube or switch to, if they're on YouTube, switch to Twitch and give me a follow. Or, you know, they don't have time in their day to do that, so it's easier to just click a button. I get that. I'm kind of lazy like that sometimes too. But for right now, I'm not big enough to care too much. If somebody wants to subscribe to my channel, then they can. If they don't, hey, you know, I don't make money off of this. It's just a hobby. If I start making money, then you better believe I'm going to get a professional in here and figure this shit out. Until then, man, I'm just going to play the game. So anyway, if there's I'm going to play some black and white here because I need to get my my quest done. So I'm going to play this Orzhov combo deck. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's basically gains life, da-da-da-da-da. Then I use Bolus Citadel and Command the Dread Horde to bring a bunch of creatures back. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of a janky deck, but hey. Who doesn't like janky decks? So let's play this Orzhov combo. Let's see here. If you want it, it might be sketchy like this. Okay. You can't think like that, though. If you want to get big, whether we talk about getting money or no, you don't lose anything. Well, you had time by doing it, but hey, whatever suits you. Yeah, no, I don't mean to offend you or anything, man. I appreciate what you're saying, and yeah, I mean, eventually, whether I make money or not, I'm going to get some help, but unless you lived where I lived and I could have you come over to my house and show me, I'm not good at learning something over the phone or on the computer. I've got to have somebody sit. I'm a hands-on person. I've always been that way. I've always been that way with work or anything else. I was never good at college or school because I have to have somebody physically show me how to do it. But my ex, in fact, was trying to tell me how to use Excel, Microsoft Excel, back in the 90s. And I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, you know. Well, she sat down one day and showed me, and I ended up getting better at Microsoft Excel than she was. So, yeah, I have no problem being a small streamer either. I mean, I've watched guys like Noxious and MTG Nerd Girl and even Mega Mogwai, who isn't as big as the other two, but I've watched them play, and I don't know how they keep up. I mean, they got 2,000 and 3,000 people randomly chatting to them at all points of their stream. And I understand that they have to have moderators that help them out and things like that, but I mean, how do you focus on grinding through to get the mythic if you're sitting there answering every single chat, which I honestly don't have a problem with answering chats, but I think once it gets to, you know, if I ever got to like 1,000 or 2,000. Yeah, see, and that's the thing I would never want to do. I would never want to stop thinking about my viewers. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know. I couldn't be one of those guys that, because I've went into some and they've got so many streamers that you put a comment down or you say something, and maybe once out of 100 they'll see what you're saying, and I get they're making money and they've got all these viewers and they've got these, you know, people like Wizards of the Coast and stuff that are sponsoring them and all that kind of stuff. I get that. But to me, man, I want my viewers to know that I care about them individually. You know, they're not just a paycheck. Golly, do I just Kaya's Wrath and start over here? Fudge, man. I'm just not drawing good on this. This is a good deck, but I'm just not drawing anything that I need here. He's going to drop Wild Growth Walker on me here soon, probably. Start gaining life. Yeah, you know, there's been times where I've been in here playing and I don't have any viewers. So I'm just like rocking, just grinding and trying to get through. And all of a sudden I look over and I still have 0 viewers. But I see on my chat on my left here, it'll have like 2 or 3 messages where people came in and said something to me. And I never noticed it because I was too involved in the game. Oh, man, that makes you feel like garbage, because then you feel like, man, they'll probably never come back, you know, because they why would you come back to some stream where some guy never pays attention to you, you know? But, again, I guess maybe I'm being so new, I know I'm going to make mistakes. I just got to keep grinding and keep learning. And like I said, I'm a family man, so it's hard to put a lot of effort into this because I've got too much to deal with as far as house and bills and work and things like that. Okay, I'm going to be definitely Kaya's here. So I'm going to block all this damage here. I'm just going to block with all. And then I'm going to Kai's Wrath. I just made a mono white deck with low cost knights and soldiers and just wiped a guy in 5 moves. Isn't that awesome? Freaking dude, I love it when I can just wipe somebody out and just boom, and just all of a sudden just wipe them out. That is so nice. Man, these are killing me. That's killing me. I gotta kill this thing. If I get a couple more things in the graveyard, and now my life total is down a little bit more than what I'd like it to be. What if it's gonna attack me? Pump that sucker up to 3 and just let it sit. Yeah, man, congratulations. You gotta love it whenever you can just boom, boom, and just kick ass. Put down a creature in a Grace Knight and the cast that has 4/4 and attacks with 2 lifelink tokens. Oh yeah, the cat. God, is it? Man, my mind's going blank. I used to play that quite a bit a couple expansions ago, but now there's better options. People are playing Benos Marshall and stuff like that. I need another Kaya's Wrath or I'm dead. I got enough to play Dreadhorde now, but it isn't going to help me. He's just got too much on the board. Gruul is a bitch to play against, man. And this isn't even Gruul. This is red, green, blue. My mind's going blank. Red, green, blue. Naya? No, not Naya. See, I don't even remember all the names anymore. Sometimes you just don't know. Oh, these are all... Okay, good game, buddy. Yep, good game. Your big red, green, blue deck is faster than mine ever will be. Alright, now I'm losing rank again. I can't be doing that. Maybe I gotta quit playing some jank. I gotta play something that actually does something here. White and black. I could just play the normal Orzhov Celebrant. I'll play my Esper. That'll do it. Oh, I should play best of 3. So yeah, don't be shy, man. You guys pipe in. Envo Live is kicking my butt with questions, and I love it because it helps me think and not get tilted on this game that sometimes just tilts the shit out of me. All right, this isn't what I want. I need a black source of mana. I know I've got more than 0 in my deck. Oh, we'll just do this. Time Traveler isn't bad. Alright guys, I'm going to go mute here. My fiance's calling, so I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Hopefully you can stick around, but she comes first, so give me a minute.
Thank me later. Trust me, I have a plan. Might be a bad idea. I won't let you win. I've got time. Here goes nothing.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, you do get more points. If you play traditional rank, that's best of 3. So it's not really points, it's how many games you win as to how many brackets you get. So you get 1 win, 1 bracket. If you play a best of 3 and you win 2 of 3, then you get 2 brackets. If you play best of 3 and you only win 1, then you get 1 bracket, but then you lose a bracket, so you get 0. So, anyway, thanks for holding on, guys. I'm sorry, but my fiance, my child, my family comes first. I'm sure you can appreciate that. She always calls me for about 5 minutes each day at lunch. I'm usually on stream, just so everybody knows, I'm on stream from usually 12:30ish till about 3:30, 3-4, sometime between 3 and 4, depending on whether I have any errands to run or whatever. But pretty much every day, Monday through Friday. I take Saturday and Sunday off for my family, but Monday through Friday from 12:30 to about 3:30, you will find me on here every day. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully I see you guys again, because I'm enjoying the chit chat. Yeah, no, I'm not really apologizing. I'm just saying, when somebody's on a stream, you're expecting them to be, because other streamers, you're expecting them to focus on their viewers and their games so they can learn. So I'm apologizing for having to make you wait, not for, I'm never going to apologize for putting my family first. Anyway, so I liked how that game went, though. So I'm going to show you guys this deck. If you have any questions, please feel free. But basically, this deck is mainly control. But then in my sideboard, I have Thieves and Seraph of the Scales to add in on my second game if I'm playing best of 3. So that's why it becomes sort of a mid-range. But it starts off complete control. Trying to get the Fury on the board, and by doing that I use Narset, Davriel, and Teferi to control my opponent, along with Duresses, Thought Erasers, to try to empty my opponent's hand. And then I used my Obnix, Cruelty, my Mortifies, Oath of Kaya, and Kaya's Wrath to remove any aggravations like the creatures and things like that. I've got Danny DeVito to hammer away any counter spells and to stop other planeswalkers from entering the board. If I'm playing up against somebody that's playing a lot of planeswalkers, like if I go up against another Esper control deck, then I sideboard in Elder Spell, because Elder Spell's you basically can destroy any number of target planeswalkers, and then you get to put 2 loyalty counters on a planeswalker on that you control for each one destroyed that way. So that's kind of nice for you. But yeah, this is my deck, and you saw what happens. I mean, I just basically made that guy he didn't even really have a chance. He just was like frustrated. He was probably crying. But that's cool, you know. Sometimes you have to cause tears to elevate your game. So let's go. You saw best of 1. Best of 3 is tough. And the reason why it's tough is because of number 1, you're going to play against a lot of other aggressive, not aggressive, but a lot of other control decks that can control you back. So it matters it's a toss-up, whoever draws the right amount of cards at the right times. And then you're going to face something called Nexus Reclamation. Because Nexus of Fate is banned in best of 1, but you're allowed to use it in traditional best of 3. And it is just murderous. I mean, normally when I see Nexus Reclamation decks and they're able to get a Wilderness Reclamation on the board, once I see that is on the board and I'm not able to take care of it right away, I pretty much just quit and go to my sideboard and try to see if I can get better the second game around. But so this deck is not good against Simic Reclamation at all. So, but let's do a traditional best of 3 and see how we do. So, Anvil Live, when he came on, he helped me out with some tweaking of my sound that was coming across on my live stream. Killer Chronic, how do I sound? How does the game sound? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? See what a second person's opinion is on it. Alright, I have a black mana source. Hey, wow, I actually have a black mana source in this game. Cool. Alright, let's just keep this and see what happens. This could be a little slow if I'm playing against something aggressive. Alright. Oh, there's my Teferi. I don't know why I'm having so many problems drawing land. I have like 25 land.
Dealing with you.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, well, you can thank Envil. You can thank Envil Live. He's the man. He freaking helped me out with that. Because if you would have popped in before Envil did, you probably would have popped right back out. Because I guess I was distorted and my special effects were like blowing his ears out, and he was nice enough to stick around and tell me about it. So I completely I think I played this first. That's gonna really piss him off because now he can't play his instance
No, I am not making this up as I go.
unless see, this is a good one. Is each opponent can cast spells only anytime they can cast a sorcery. Well, then I can +1, and I can play sorceries anytime I can play an instant. So, Envy, okay, no problem, buddy. So Envy, yeah, he helped me out a great deal with that. Okay, this is where I like to sometimes side in the Thief of Insanity because they're not expecting it. They think I'm complete control. I don't really know what my opponent is playing because he got mana screwed, unfortunately, so I don't know exactly what he's playing. So I think I'm going to drop an Oath and a Kaya. And maybe a Danny DeVito. And I'm going to put in my Thief of Insanity. And just blow this guy's outlook of my game here. So let's just try that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Envy helped me out. He was like, "Hey, I don't mean to be rude, but but your sound. I mean, he didn't say it like this, but in so many words, he said, "Man, the game sounds like shit, and I can barely hear you." And I'm like, I'm like, "Oh, damn, dude! Thanks for helping me out. I appreciate that." So we did some tweaking between me and him, and we got her fixed, man. And I appreciate it because I probably turned off a lot of people the last few days because I bet you it's been like that for a couple days now. Because I tweaked some stuff. Here comes the dresses. Does he want Thought Erasure or Teferi? Thought Erasure, all right. He's probably got another duress or a Thought Erasure, and he's going to take Davriel. Maybe not. Okay. Well, he's screwed again. Sweet. Well, that helps me. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm going to have to... Oh, shit. I just screwed up. I meant to hit pay 2 life. Oh, man. Oh, good. I thought I just screwed up big time.
Make this quick.
I could have had this out last turn. Man, you're cracking me up, Envy. All I can say is I'm glad I had the tag on, number 1. And number 2, I'm glad that I spoke English. That's funny, man. You're hilarious.
Empty your mind.
But I get what you're saying because there's been times where I'm kind of like, let's see if he took all his removal out. He just threw out a cast down. He's probably kicking himself in the butt. Oh, Gates Ablaze. Am I playing it? I didn't know this was a Gates deck. Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna kill this guy here.
I don't think you'll be needing
I'm just gonna
that.
keep making him discard cards. I need a Planeswalker here. I've got a lot of removal, so that's good. Yep, put that down. Let's see. I think I will Obnix this. I probably should have played my Chemistry's Insight, but oh well.
This isn't a fight you can win.
He's
There
probably
we go.
He's probably pissed now. He's like, damn it. I'm going to dress him first. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the expansion. He's probably going to negate this, and I don't care, really. Oh, he's not. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. He can't negate me. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to pay the 2 life and dress him again. Get rid of this. I forgot he can't, my Teferi Time Reveler doesn't allow him to
Let's try this.
play instants and only on his turn. He's going to get rid of Mortify probably. Oh, Kaya's Wrath, okay. Oh, this is going to really upset my opponent.
I do hope this mask. Let's tidy up in there.
He's going to get rid of the negate. Oh, he got rid of Gate Colossus. All right, good.
That's more like it.
Loneliness can hurt.
Davriel is so strong. I should have done this first.
A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
I should have done this first and then this.
Don't worry. I got this.
I got lucky, though, that he didn't have any removal in his hand. So that's good. If he doesn't remove Thief of Sanity, he's in trouble. There it is. Alright, so I won the best of 2 series. So if you look, it's going to go 1, 2, boom, and I'm up to Platinum Tier 3 now. So I got 2 bars, Envy. I'm sure you noticed that. But yeah, if you win both games, even if you win the first one and lose the second one and win the third one, you still get 2 bars. So, but the thing about traditional is if you don't win at least 2, then you basically get nothing. If you lose 2, then you lose a rank. So you have to at least win one in order to stay where you're at. So I've lost a lot of rank quick. So you got to be careful playing best of 3. You got to have a really solid deck. And obviously my decks aren't all solid, but sometimes I get lucky. All right, so I went ahead and I can play anything now because I got that quest done. So I'm going to go here and buy my pack. Right, exactly. So if you lose 2, then you lose 2 bars. So you lose 2 bars. But if you win 1 and lose 2, then you only lose 1 bar. And if you win 2, then you gain 2 bars. It's screwy, but yeah, that's how it works. I think they should look into it a little bit more. I don't, you know, I'm not the boss or anything, but I kind of disagree with how it works. But, you know. Yeah. I like the platforms. I do like the platforms. However, the way traditional best of 3 works, I think that you lose more than you can gain, if that makes sense. Like, I think that you should get credit for the 1 win, even though you're losing 2. You should only lose 1 bar instead of losing 2 bars, if that makes sense. So you should still be able to, you know, or like draw even, I should say. You should draw even instead of losing a bar. But I kind of love the toughness of the ranking system because not just anybody can get to Mythic. I mean, it is a big deal to get to Mythic. And I've been Mythic every month except for January. January, I only got the Diamond because I didn't realize how things were working. And so it took a while before I figured everything out. So I only got the Diamond rank in January, but February, March, and now April, 3 months in a row, I've been Mythic. And I'm very proud of that. I mean, obviously, it took me like 21 days to get to Mythic in those 3 months. And the first month in February, I think I was like 2 days before the season ended. But oh, you can do a friends list if you get Discord. They just added that the last, I think the one before. So when they did, no, it was just before War of Sparks, maybe just after Guilds of Ravnica. I can't remember. But anyway, sometime in the last month or 2, they've added Discord to the game. Maybe it was in January. But I don't play Discord. I don't get on Discord. It's just a personal preference. You know, I either, if I'm watching somebody stream, then I just chat with the chat thing, and then if I'm streaming, I just use my, what is this thing called anyway? I keep forgetting. It's not a blue parrot. It's a blue something. I know it says it right on here, but I can't ever remember what my stupid speaker is, or microphone. I know I paid a lot of money for it. But it's blue. I know it's kind of like an animal name. Yeah, you can do a match with somebody. You just have to go up here. It's direct challenge. And then you hit the direct challenge and you put in their display. See, my display is Badazz77, hashtag 30791. That's not a secret thing. You can give that out to anybody. The only problem with direct challenges is you have to, both of you have to challenge each other within, a few minutes. So I would have to put your direct challenge name and number in here, and you would have to put mine and yours, and then you both select decks, and then once you select the decks, see, I can select, okay, this, then you hit play, and then if you both direct challenged each other, then you can play against each other. The only problem with that is I tried it while I was on stream, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work while you're streaming, because it's on a delay, and you know that because you're a streamer. So because of the delay, unfortunately, there's no way for you to sync up while you're streaming to be able to. Because I tried, I was thinking, man, I could be the first streamer because I haven't noticed any streamers. None of them were direct challenging each other, and I thought, man, I could be the first streamer to direct challenge my viewers and you know get a. And I tried it the first day. And I got all these people in there. Well, not all, but I got a couple viewers in there, and they were all excited about challenging me. And we tried, and it didn't work. And then I was just like, oh, I felt stupid as hell. I'm like, oh God, man, I just made this big thing up where people could come in and challenge me, and it doesn't work. And yeah, Killer Chronic, you're right. This game is full of tryhards, for sure, man. Yeah, you can play without delay, but then if you make a mistake or whatever, sometimes I just like the delay actually, because then it gives me time to react to people's messages, you know, because like somebody will put in a message and I won't notice it right away, and then I see it and I answer it, and they don't know that it took me like 8 seconds to figure it out. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, they could see your cards, but I don't really care about that. If somebody wanted to cheat, then hey, if they were winning by cheating, then, you know, more power to them. I'm a firm believer in, you know, cheating doesn't get you anywhere in life. And even if you think it's getting you somewhere in life, eventually it's going to come back and hammer you, you know, because karma's a bitch. And I know everybody's heard that term before, but it's true because I've gotten hit with karma. And I learned very quickly to treat people the way I want to be treated. Anyway, so I can play any deck that I want now. So is there any decks that you guys saw that you'd like to see played? Some of these decks are like other people's decks, or decks that don't always work real well, like the Orzhov combo. You saw me just burn on that one. So I don't know if there's any of these decks that you guys are like, oh man, I want to see that work, or hey, that looks like a cool deck. Or if you guys really want to make another deck, I don't mind doing that either. I'm not doing nothing. I do most of my grinding in the evenings and stuff when my fiance likes to watch TV, and she watches shows that I could give two rats' asses about. So if she's bored and she wants to watch TV and she doesn't really have anything to talk about, then I jump on and I grind like hell. But while I got my viewers on, I'll do whatever, man. So again, if you want me to play a certain deck, or if you want me to make a deck, or if you got a card that you want me to build around, just name it. Other than that, I'm going to go back to it until somebody says something they want to see done. Let's see here. I don't want to be in practice. I want to be in ranked, because I'm going to play a little burn. I don't like mono red because I hate playing against it. But when you're trying to rank up, mono red is like freaking crazy nuts for ranking. I'll keep this. I'd like to draw a wizard, but I'm good with this starting hand. Trying to modify Boros deck. What are you using? I mean, I need to see. Are you gonna? Oh, see, look at what happens, man. They see mono red and they're just like, boom, I'm done playing for the day. I can't believe that's the easiest win I've ever had in my life. I can't believe that I put Firebrand, I put the goblin down and the guy quit. Because it's so fast. And if you're playing control, or you're playing something that draws out a little bit, that takes time to get on the board, mono red is just unbeatable. Within like 4 or 5 turns, I can do 20-something points of damage. and it's so annoying because you can never get anything on the board. You know, if I was playing, I mean, you saw like earlier I played that green stomp deck. Yeah, sure, I can show it to you. Right there, buddy. And it's not really that expensive. I mean, the Goblin Chain Whirlers are expensive, and the Rekindling Phoenix are expensive because they're rares. But pretty much everything else you should have in your common decks. I mean, Fanatical Firebrand, G2 Lava Runners only an uncommon. That's a common. Lightning Strike's uncommon. The Runaway Steenkins are rares, but there's other things you could put in place of that. It's the best thing for this deck, but you can put other things in. Flame Keld is an uncommon. Some people use Frenzy, which is another enchantment that costs 4. So you can use Flame Keld, or you can use where's it at? Oh, geez, I'm just going to put in enchantment. Shit. Experimental Frenzy. You could put 2 of these or 2 of the Flame of Keld. And if you don't have those, the other option that some people use is the 04 Electrostatic Field. It's an 04. It's just an uncommon. So you can put 2 of those in its place. You want a mentor deck? Okay. Let's just build it then together here, Killer Chronic. I'm going to go into decks. I'm going to go to plus. Now, when you say, do you have a lot of cards, Kill, or are you using kind of like mostly commons and uncommons, or do you have rares? Because in a mentor deck, it's pretty simple. You just put it in mentor up in the builder here. If you up here in the left hand corner, you search mentor, hit enter, and it shows you everything that can mentor. So I would definitely have Legion's Warboss in there. If you're playing mentor, I would definitely have the Boros Challenger. Tajik, Aurelia, those are all good mentors. I stay away from the heavy mana drops like the True Fire and the Hammer Dropper. I don't use those. I don't use Barging Sergeant. I don't use the Wajek. I sometimes I'll use Goblin Banneret because number one, it pumps itself up, and it's only a 1-drop, so 1 red. And you can put that on. I don't use the Blade Instructor or Patrillion, and I don't use like I put a couple of Mentor of the Meek just because it's good for card draw engines. And the Sunhome Stalwart's not bad. It's a little bit. It's better whenever you have that with Tajik on the board. And then the other thing I use in my mentor decks is you want to have something that can get better when you use mentor. And one of the best things to do for that is Swiftblade Vindicator. If you have Swiftblade Vindicator in your deck and you mentor it, it's a double strike, vigilant, and trample. So if you mentor it, because it's only a 1/1 when you first put it on the board, and people usually try to kill it as soon as they see it because they know how bad it can be. But then once you put on like Stalwart down, then it becomes a 2/2. Now it's doing 4 damage. And then once you put Tajik down, now it's a 3/3 doing 6 damage, plus it's double strike. So it's hard to kill. Mr. Armbars, what's up, brother? I tried to catch your stream last night, but right as I logged on, you were logging off, so I missed it, but I did try. Got a couple new viewers in today, so I'm trying to explain some things. Yeah, you don't have to have the Steamkin Invo. I mean, Steamkin's the best thing to use for mono red. But you don't have to have that. You can also put in other stuff. You know, some people will use, like, for an easy deck like yours, you want some haste creatures. So instead of Runaway Steamkin, you can put in trying to find it. Sorry, I don't play it very often. So you can put in Tin Street Dodger. You could pay 1. It makes it unblockable. Torch Carrier, that sacrifices to haste other creatures, but it's also haste itself. So those are kind of nice. Dire Street Daredevil's good in a red deck. Mono red. My version's one of the best versions. But there's other ways to play it, so let's see. I gotta fire up. Sure, we can build a mentor deck together. You guys want to build one? That's fine. I gotta figure out. Okay, well, I gotta go to. I don't know why this thing is doing this. 2 Legions of Lead, 2 Series Angels, True Fire contains Hammer Droppers. Yeah, I don't like the Hammer Droppers. I have to. Oh man, I just heard you say it to go. No, yeah, that's fine. I have all these cards. What's the basic idea for a mono red? Like, what kind of card spells do you need to look out for? Okay, your basic mono red needs to have quick creatures that you can throw on the board and do damage right away. And they need to have a lot of to the face fire, like shocks, lightning strikes, anything that does damage directly to your opponent. 7-1 and sealed on stream was a good night. Nice. The new feather deck has been kicking my butt. Yeah, I've got that deck. That's a good deck, man. What would I replace the hammer droppers with? Okay, I'm gonna just go in here real quick. I'm gonna show you what I would do on a mentor deck. Okay, this is the best case scenario for mentor. I'm in my opinion. I put 4 of those. 4 of those. Now this might change once I get it all on the board, but this is what I would like to start with right here. Boros, Tajik, Aurelia. Okay, so that's my creatures. I'm gonna put a couple of mentors in. And then what I want to do is I want to find stuff that works well with Mentor. So, Swiftblade. That only works good if you're targeting it. So, I don't think that targets. Yeah, you got to cast a spell that targets it. And then I like a flyer in mine. So you could either do like Sky Terror or Sky Knight Legionnaire. I like the Legionnaire because it's haste. I also like Relentless Raptor. And then for removal, I usually put in Justice Strike. So I'll put in those. And then I'll put in the Sky Knight Legionnaire. Okay, and then I go over here to land. And I would drop in Sacred Foundry and Cliff Drop. Okay? There you go. That right there is my Mentor Boros. Boros Mentor. it's a complete aggro deck, so you don't really have to have a lot of removal. But if you want, you could take out the, a couple of the Justice Strikes and put in Conclave Tribunal for one. Tribunal. I would have this in my sideboard at least if I was playing best of 3. Yeah, Envy, I'm sorry, man. I got to be honest with you. I tried the whole free thing when I first started playing. And pretty much everybody that I know that plays this has tried the free thing. And unfortunately, it doesn't last very long because it takes forever to build gems and packs and stuff. You have to play the quests every day, which I still do. Even though I buy packs, I play quests every single day. What would I replace the hammer drops with? Legion War Boss, Skylight Legionnaire. I would replace it with Relentless Raptor, Swiftbait Vindicator, Sky Terror. Anything. I don't like that card. If you're talking about a mentor card that I would replace it with, if you're just strictly talking about mentor and you're talking about cheap, I would go with either Goblin Banneret or the Sunhome Stalwart. Hammer Dropper, it's not a horrible card. It's just easy to kill. It's 5/2, and as soon as it hits the board, somebody's going to shock it or they're going to cast it down, and then it absolutely does freaking nothing for you. So that's why I don't like Hammer Dropper. Another thing I can sometimes put in this deck is I'll put in, like, if I don't want any, like, if I want to take out the Justice Strikes, then I put in Heroic Reinforcements. Heroic Reinforcements makes 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. It also creates, everything gets a +1/+1 counter till end of turn, and everything gains haste. So that's freaking bad. So I need to move this thing because I can't freaking, when I'm in this mode, I can't see what you guys are saying. So I'm going to control and move this over here. See, you can do F2P, but your decks will be jank. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. If you really need 4 of something, you really need to earn some wild cards. Yep. I think I got over 1,000 cards. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can do that too. You can just run like you can also take out like a couple, like a plane and a mountain or something, and then you could throw in a couple heroic reinforcements. I have experienced the shock move a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're just starting out, and you start playing like stuff like Hammer Dropper, you're playing against really good decks that are going to be looking out for things like that. They're going to take stuff like that. And for 4 mana to throw a 5/2 on the board finally and then get it shocked in like 2 seconds is very debilitating. It can change your whole outlook on this game. Yeah, do that because that's a better 4-drop. Heroic Reinforcements is a much better 4-drop than Hammer Dropper because number one, it's if you have Sunhold Stalwart, it becomes a 3/3. So if you have that on the board, then it makes the Swiftblade Vindicator a 2/2. Vindicator 2/2, you know. So it makes everything on the board better. So all your mentors get +1/+1 for that turn. Well, the cool thing about that is, yes, it only lasts for that turn, but for mentors, it still gets that +1/+1 on that creature that it's mentoring, and that doesn't go away. The hasted +1/+1 goes away, but the rest stays on the board. I've been recommending to get your deck list you want first before using wild cards. I made the mistake of using them on a couple here and not a meta deck. Yeah, Heroic Reinforcements is a game ender, but it's also a game beginner when a mentor deck. You can you can throw Heroic Reinforcements on and just, you change the outcome of the game, but it can be a game ender too, for sure. Smart, but I wasn't that smart once I got the game. I'm gonna spend the cards on Angels because I thought it was like super strong. Yeah, you don't want to spend wild cards on things until the best way I can tell you, and it's how I've learned to become a better card deck builder, is number one, read every card. Start learning what the cards do and start realizing what they can do to synergize with other cards and make other cards better. Number two, I did a lot of research. I stream a lot. I mean, Mr. Armbars is a streamer. He streams me and I stream him. Why? Because he learns from me and I learn from him. I also stream other people like Noxious and Mega Mogwai and Svich and Day 9 TV, which I don't really like a lot of his decks, but I still like some of the stuff he does. Crokies, he's a guy from Scotland that freaking is a good deck builder. And then I also just, if I'm looking to build a deck, I just Google what I want to build and I go on and get some ideas. And then I take those ideas and I make them better by finding other cards that work better than their ideas. So this game is fun, but it's also challenging and it's also mind consuming because you have a lot of different cards that do a lot of different things. And if you're not willing to make the effort to go in and find out what things do, then you're never going to make a really good deck. You're just going to keep playing mediocre decks and you're never going to be able to rank, because you're going to be playing against other mediocre decks and you're going to be in like silver and gold for the rest of your life. You're never going to get to mythic because you have to build decks. I don't want to say like I play, but yeah, I mean, you got to build decks like I have on my list to win. I mean, the Boros Mentor deck is really good, but it's not going to get you to mythic. It's probably going to get you to gold, and it could get you to platinum, but I don't even think this deck could get you to diamond because people play against it. They see Boros. You have to have the feather deck because it's new and people don't know what it. They don't know enough about it. So, but yeah, I mean, this is the best case scenario I think for a good Boros mentor deck. I mean, you could add in some planeswalkers if you wanted. If you wanted to go with planeswalkers, you could add in a Chandra or a Nahiri or even a Huatli. But this to me is the best case scenario for a Boros mentor deck. So there we go. I made it. Now let's play it. There's a lot of decks you can get the diamond. Ujin is good. Eugene is good for to play with other planeswalkers as a control aspect because then you can kill creatures. Eugene by itself to me is mediocre, but you add in more planeswalkers and some stuff to protect him, then he becomes a monster. I do have Eugene in my Grixis deck that I got from Crokies. Again, a streamer in Scotland. If you guys get a chance to watch Crokies, not only is he freaking hilarious, but he's good. He's a good deck builder. Yeah, he makes 2/2 creatures. I get that, but in a mentor deck, I wouldn't play him. Not in a mentor deck. Again, I'm playing them against with a control type deck or something that can protect it, like a Grixis deck, for instance, that has other planeswalkers around him, because he becomes better. Either that, or you could play him with like an artifact control deck. But with Boros, I don't like Eugene. But if it works for you, buddy, you can. Everybody has a different style. So if he works for you, play him. Shoot, don't listen to me. Play whatever you think you want to play. I'm gonna play this Boros Mentor deck. But I'm not going to play it in rank because I'm in platinum rank and I don't want to lose rank, and I don't know how well it will go. Oh, shoot. I messed up. Good thing I hit play. Cancel. I was playing my burn and play. Boros Mentor. Let's play it and show you guys what it can do. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Chronic. I get it's a powerful planeswalker in the right setting. It is. Eugene is a good card, but to me, if it's in the wrong deck, it becomes mediocre. So you don't want to do that. There's a lot of, I can't name all the decks, Envy, that I could get to Diamond with, because I could go on and on and on and on. But And I'm not saying you can't get to Diamond with the Boros deck, because you can. But Mono Red's your best bet. Mono Red is the best bet for somebody that doesn't have a lot of cards to get as close as they can to Diamond. But again, you're still going to need to add more rares. These are bad. That was a bad keep because I got the wrong card. Land for this. I need lands that hit the board or shock lands, but if I had a mountain or a plains, I'd be doing a little better here because I would have already had one of these creatures on the board. Alright, so we're playing against either Grixis or Jeskai, or possibly just red-blue. Mine's going blank. I don't know why I can't think of it. Something Phoenix. I think we're playing against a Phoenix deck here. So I'm going to drop the Boros Challenger because he's a little harder to kill. If they have a shock right now, they can't hurt him. I need another land so I can drop Legion Warboss on the board and start going to town. There we go.
This should be fun.
That's what we needed. Should I put my Hasty on the board? No, I'm gonna put this on the board first. And then I'm gonna go all of it to Saheeli.
You just gave me an idea.
That just took that right off his hands there. I mean, he can make a Servos real quick, but that's about it. It's kind of like Envy. It's kind of like how you want to help me with my stream, but there's certain things that you have to do in order. You would have to be in my house to explain it to me and teach me, for the most part. And it's the same thing with building decks. If I don't know what cards you have, then I don't really know exactly what to build for you. But I can help if you ask me specific questions. Like he asked me, what do you change out with Hammer Dropper? I can give him an idea of what he could change it out with. Yeah, I could just Justice Strike this thing. But I think I'm going to drop in the Haster. And then I'm just going to use... he doesn't even want to play anymore. I was just going to kill the Saheeli with my... Yeah, that was pretty... Got him. Yeah, no shit, I got him. He didn't... I'm sorry, man. I can't help but laugh when shit like that happens, and I feel bad for the opponent because he just got a little mana screwed and he got behind on a really quick deck. But yeah, Boros Mentor is a mean little deck if they're not ready for it. I wouldn't play it in best of 3 because they can sideboard and then you'd be done. But in best of 1, it can be a nice deck. Thanks, yeah, GG. Make a healing white deck, if that's a good name, where whenever I gain life, it puts counters on creatures. Yeah, that's better with the white-green, just so you know. Because the new War of Sparks expansion added in Proliferate. And they have more counter sources. So if you do a dual white-green deck, you're gonna have a better option in the lifelink and the counters because you can proliferate. I would definitely have a Johnny's Pride Mate in that deck. If you're gonna use healing, I would put. I'll just go in here and show you real quick. I can make that deck in a few seconds, but here's what I would do for a healing counter deck. I'd put in a couple of the Johnny's Welcomes, probably 3 of those. If you have a Johnny's Planewalker, he's really good, but not everybody has that card. Then I would put in Leonin. I would put in the Healer's Hawk. This is the cheap version. Obviously, there's more expensive ways to make this deck. But I'm going to show you the cheap version because maybe you'll have some of these cards. You have him? Okay, good. Let's go there then first. If you have a Johnny... where's he at? If you have this card here... Is this... Envy, do you have this card? A Johnny? The Great-Hearted? And if you do, how many of those do you have? Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the white of Johnny. This one here puts a +1/+1 counter on every one of your creatures. And it puts another loyalty counter on all your planeswalkers, except for a Johnny himself. Okay, do you have this card? Yeah, this is a Selesnya Dream card. Do you have the Tristani? No? Okay. So these are more expensive cards. So what I would do for you if you have the cheaper version is... okay, let's go with... do you have this card here? Where is it at? Do you have this card? Huatli's Raptor? And I'm going to do the cheap version of this deck. It's not what I would play, but it's definitely where you can start. Yeah, okay, so put 3 of those in. And you say you have this card, right? A Johnny's Welcome? All right, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Armbars. I'll try to catch your stream tonight if you're going to be on the way to work. Have a good day. Okay, so you have 2 of those. Okay, so we'll drop this to 2. We're going to build this deck exactly like you. Oh, thanks for the follow, Mr. Armbars. Yeah, I appreciate that, buddy. And yeah, just so you know, that subscribe thing that we talked about, I would have subscribed to you whether you subscribed to me or not. I was just asking for a subscribe back, but I didn't mean to. I should have been more respectful on your stream to ask you that in private or on my stream. So I apologize for that because that kind of probably put you in a bad spot where people were asking you to do the same thing. So I will try to be more respectful on other people's streams on asking for stuff like that. So. All right, anyway, so, yeah, okay. So, do you have the Healer's Hawk? Okay, 3 of those. Good. So right now we have 2 of Johnny, we have 3 Healer's Hawk, and we have 3 Waitley's Raptors, right? Yep. Okay. Do you have these? Okay, no problem. I'm still looking. I'm gonna try to find out some stuff here that could help you out. Do you have this card? Okay, no problem. What else do we do for cheap? For cheap, you know what? I'm gonna make this easy. No, I shouldn't do that because then if I do that and you have one of the rares, okay. So we went there. So now we go to green. I'm gonna go to green real quick. Do you have Wait, what did I do here? Okay, green. What did I do here? Do you have? Do you have this card? How many? If I ask you a card, put down like yeah, there you go. Just tell me that. Either put 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? So we're putting both of those in there. Go ahead and throw 2 of those in. Do you have this card? It's okay if you put 0. Okay. Do you have this card? I'm just going with like the rarest version to the easiest version. So this is the next card I want to see if you have. All right, put her in. And then I'm sure you have it, but if you don't, no big deal. But do you have this card? Four. Okay, let's try for right now. We might put more, but for right now, let's just put 2. And then I'm looking for a specific card and they're new. So let me just put War Spark here real quick. War Spark. Do you have this card? No on that one. Okay. So do you have a lot of War of the Spark or not? Because that's pretty easy to get. That's a common. So, but it's okay that you don't have it. All right. I'm gonna go back to white. All right. Do you have? Because you do. That's not. I don't know if I put. Do you have this card? And it doesn't matter if it's War of the Sparks or what it is. Let's see. Like 30 euro on it and bought War of the Sparks. Oh, okay. No problem. You can get War of the Sparks through your... okay, put a Johnny's Pride Made in. You can get War of the Sparks through the quests. So you'll build that up eventually. Okay, I'm trying to think cheap here. Do you have this card? You have three. You have three of Pridemate. You have four Primates. Yeah, put them all in. Oops, shit. What did I just do? Shit, I put the wrong thing. Let me put that in. Johnny. 2, 3, 4. Paradise. Druid. I think you said you had one of those. Tell me if this is what your deck looks like so far. Okay. Then I was going to go somewhere else and I can't. Do you have the Grateful Apparition? I have one. Okay, put it in. Put that in there. Alright. And then take it off War of the Spark. See, the biggest thing you want to do with a deck, just so you know, to be good, is you want it to do things quick. But you also want each thing that you have on the board to do something as powerful as it can. And then you want to start dropping in, you know, some things that do even more great things. So again, I would not play this deck like this because there's better options. But for a cheap starter deck, these are good options. Okay, do you have this deck? Do you have this? Zero. Okay, no problem. Do you have this? Zero. Okay, no problem. Do you have this one? Good job, Killer Chronic. I'm glad, man. Congratulations, man, and I'm glad I could help you, man. Anytime I can make a Magic player better than he already is, then I'm happy. Okay, we're gonna put all three of those in. Now I know this is different than what you were trying to do because you're trying to do a counter deck, and this is more gonna have some growth to it, Envy, but it's also going to allow you to build a lot of life while you're going at it. And it's going to have a ramp that's going to help you get things on the board quick. Okay? Do you have this card? You have no idea what you want to do, but please continue. It's okay, man. I don't know half the time what I want to do either. No on that one. Okay. Do you have this card? Zero on that one. Oh, you have three of those? Put all three of them in there. And I might make changes later. Just so you know, this isn't the finishing deck. I might make some changes. But this is where I'm starting. Do you have this card? Zero. Okay, no problem. Let me think. So we got that. Alright, now we're going to go into a little bit more advanced stuff to see if you have any more advanced things that can help you. I haven't played a deck like this in a while, so bear with me. Okay, let's try some removal. Do you have this? You have 4 times seal away? I'm sorry, I'm missing. I'm getting mixed up with the 0, 3, and 4, so I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, 4. Okay, let's put 2 for now. That might change, but for now, let's put 2. Do you have this card? Because no, okay, no problem. Okay, I want to make sure. Are you still there, Chronic? Because you're playing, but I'm sure you're listening. Maybe here, so I want to make sure you guys understand. In order to have a really good deck, you want to, especially a white green or a white deck that you're Boros things like that. Boros is different. With this deck, you want to have life gain. You want to have control options like removal, and the Law Ruin Enforcer is a good way to control anything that's not anything that's mana cost 2 or greater, or anything that's not hexproof that's 2 or greater, I should say. Okay, you want to have ways to get mana, so you want to have your ramp. This gives you ramp. This gives you ramp. You also want to have, I said life gain. Ajani Welcome's life gain. Hiller's Hawk's life gain. Leonin's life gain. And then you want to have things that causes whatever you're doing to cause something else to be better. So for instance, when Leonin and 2 other creatures are on the board, he gets 1 life. And he gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Well, that synergizes good with Ajani's Primate, because whenever you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. Yeah, I'm getting to that one, brother. I'm getting to that one. I'm only on the 1 and 2 manas right now, but yeah, I'm getting to that. That you definitely want to have in there. Okay. The other thing you want to do is you want to have removal. You want to have a way to disrupt the other person's game, which you have seal away. Because you're working with counters on like Pride Mate, and and you also have the well, you didn't have that card. We're gonna find something that puts +1/+1 counters. If we don't find something that puts +1/+1 counters, then we're gonna get rid of things like this. And we're going to get rid of things like this. Because these 2 options, Grateful Apparition and Waitley's Raptor, do what's called proliferate. And what proliferate does is anything that has a +1/+1 counter on it, it adds another +1/+1 counter. So if we only have a Johnny's Pride Mate, and that's the only thing that gets +1/+1, then you don't want to bother with proliferate, because it's not going to do enough for your deck. Especially like if you don't have planeswalkers, because proliferate helps planeswalkers too, which we'll get to. Okay, so moving on. Hopefully that explains some stuff there to you. You also want to have removal for things like enchantments and artifacts and stuff like that, but you can't always do that because not all decks have that ability. Do you have this card? Two times? Okay. For right now, just put 1 in because of the fact that that you're splashing green. Banish takes 3 white, so it's kind of harder to put him on the board. So for now, we'll do 1 until I figure out what kind of lands you have. So right now, we'll just put 1. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. What else? Do you have the Gideon Planeswalker? Probably not, but I'm just throwing it out there just in case. 0. Okay. Well, I had to try. Do you have this card? And it doesn't matter if it's in 2019 or M19 or Dominaria. Either one. 0. No invoke the divine? No divine. Okay. Do you have this card? Okay, good. Put her in there. Do you have this card? Zero. Okay, no problem. Do you have Mentor of the Meek or Militia Burglar? Either one of those. Okay, put them in. Four militias. Let's put 2 in for now. I'm starting to think you'd be better off as a white weenie, so I might be taking the green out because you have so far you have strong white. You're very good. Do you have this card? If you have this card, we're definitely going to go white only. We might still anyway, but I'm seeing a lot more white that you have. If you have Unbreakable Formation, then that's really good. No, okay, no problem. It's not a deal breaker. And you said you have a Johnny? The white of Johnny? I think you said you had 3 of them. Okay, if you have 2, at least, even if you have 3, just put 2. Oh, you have 1. Okay, good. No problem. Just put 1. Okay, this is important. Do you have this? It's kind of important. It's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of important. I'm hoping you have at least 2 of these. 0 conclaves, no problem. It's okay. There's other options. Do you have... It's okay, don't worry about it. You don't have to buy packs for that. There's other options. There's cheaper options. Let's go with... do you have Ixalan's Binding? It's also a 4-drop. It's this. If you do, I want you to put 1 in. You have 4 Ixalan bindings? Okay, put 1 for now. I might put 2, but for now 1. Do you have this card? How many of those do you have? Okay, we're going to put one of those for now. I'll tell you the reason why. These two cards basically do the same thing. The difference between them is this one, they can't put that card on the board anymore. They can't cast another one of those cards. Once I put this on a card, they can't play that card anymore unless they get rid of this. So when people see this on the board and you take something important out of their deck, they're going to try to kill it. The one way you stop them from doing that is by having another card that does the same thing, because then if they Ixalan binding your Ixalan binding, then you Hieromancer's Cage their Ixalan binding. So you want to have more than one option of these on in a decent deck. You either have like two of these, and then I usually put like one of these and three of the Conclave Tribunals, but you don't have those, so that's fine. The other thing I wanted to see if you have is Baffling End. I think it's a 2. It's this card here. It also does the same thing. The only difference and the bad thing about Baffling End is if they kill Baffling End, then it allows them to create a 3/3 dinosaur. You have one of those. Okay, you know what? We're not going to do Baffling End. I like Baffling End, but if you go against somebody that has enchantment removal, then it gives them a 3/3 dinosaur. And because you have the other two options, then I would go with those options instead. Another thing you can do as a different option is Luminous Bonds. This only works against creatures. The good thing about Ixalan Binding and Hieromancer's Cage and Conclave Tribunal is it's against any non-land permanent. Luminous Bonds is only for creatures. Okay, you don't want it if you have the other options, but it's a cheaper version, so you can put one of those in if you want. It's fine. But if you don't want it, you don't have to. I personally don't use it, but it's a cheap option if you need it. You could even put it in your sideboard if you wanted to play best of 3 with this deck. Okay, we're moving on. The next thing I want to see if you have is, and I think you already told me you have it, is Leonin Warlorder. How many of those do you have? I think I might only want to put one, possibly two. But definitely one of those. 3 of the war leaders. All right, put one in for now. We might change that. Do you have this card? Okay, put the 1 in. Do you have this card? Again, we might be taking some of this stuff out. But I just want to put everything that's important or possibly important, and then we'll go back and we'll find out what works the best. Okay, put 1 Shalai in. And then another very important thing I want to see if you have is... Nope. Where's my Loxodon? It's a Conclave. Where's that? Venerated Loxodon. Do you have this card? If you do, be very happy. I'd love it if you had 4 of these, but I doubt it. You have 0? Okay, no problem. It's okay. No big deal. You have... No, you don't want the Sergeant. You want this one. There's a big reason for it, because this puts a +1/+1 counter on every creature you use to convoke it. It's very important to have in a +1/+1 counter deck. Okay, so you have 0 of those? No problem. It's okay. I just wanted to find out. Do you have this card? This card is not specifically good for this deck, but it's good against mono red. So to have one of these in your deck would be good. You have three Lyras? Holy crap. We'll put one in for now. You have more than I do. I don't play more than two anyway, so that's why I only have two. I could have more, but I don't need them because I don't play more than two in a deck. I don't think there's anything else here. No, I don't think I'd play that. Let me see what else. I'm thinking. Did I just put that in there? What was that? Let me make sure I didn't put that Live Guardian in there. Okay, good. I thought I accidentally hit that card. The Wanderer, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Wanderer. Do you have this card? Go ahead and put the Wanderer in. We might take it out, but for now we'll put it in. Like I said, I fucking bolted on Angels and I didn't know then that you can't cast too much. Don't worry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, brother. You're not the only person that's done that. I'm not saying any names, but you're not the only person. Do you have this card? It's kind of expensive, but we might want a one of this. What? Let's put one in for now. I might take it back out. If you eventually get any of these, they automatically go into your deck and you take something out. And it matters what. So if you get it, let me know and I'll tell you what to take out in its place. But you want 4 of these in your deck. Venerated Loxodon. You want 4. So if for some reason you're able to get this, put it in. Okay. The other things that you definitely want to look out for, as far as definitely wanting in the deck, are the Conclave Tribunals. And if you get the Conclave Tribunals, take this and this out, and even the Sealaways, and take 2 Sealaways, the Ixalan Bind and the Hieromancer's Cage out, and put the Conclave Tribunals in instead. Another thing you want to look for, Gideon. If you have Gideon Blackblade, put him in. You can just do one of those. If you end up getting one of those, go ahead and put them in. Everything else isn't really huge, I don't think. Hazda Marshall would be a good addition. And I'd have to again go over what you would take out for it. Okay, we're looking pretty strong so far. Let me just see if there's any. Do you have this card? No Dawn, okay. You would rather have, you would rather have this, but if you can't have this and you can get a Dawn, then you'd want one or two of those in. If you get this, then you definitely want this in. What else can you look for? I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything before I go to building. Do you have this card? Yeah, put it in. And if you can get a couple more of those, you'll want a couple more of those in. I'm going to build you more of a token type deck. I think will work good. Do you have any of these? Okay, no problem. Again, we might be taking some of this stuff out. I'm looking at everything we can possibly that would benefit this deck, and then we'll go from there. What else? Come on. I'm lagging. I'm sure you don't, but do you have any of those? Nope. Okay, no problem. Some of the cards, especially the War of Sparks cards, I'm still learning myself. So, okay, another last ditch effort. Do you have this card? Yeah, the Bantu's black though. We're not doing black. Anytime you can put a god in your deck, it's good, even if it's just one. I always just, if I have a god, if I can, one finale, okay, let's put it in. I might take it out, but put one in for right now. And then now I'm going to put in counter. Let's see what we got for counters here. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's kind of slow. Do you have this card? What is it? I don't get the description. Finale, basically for, so I'm going to put the thing on here. See how it says 2 white and X? Okay, I'll get back to Light Shield. You asked me this question. Let me finish this question. 2 white. Any mana that you pay past 2 creates a 2/2 white soldier. So if you have 5 mana and you play all 5 mana, you're going to create 3 2/2 white soldiers. If it's 10 or more, so if you have 12 mana, which in your deck you'll probably never get to that, but if you pay, oh shoot, I messed up and I forgot I have touchscreen here. If you pay 10 or more, then you not only, so like if I paid 12 mana for this card, not only do I make 10 2/2 white soldiers, but I also make 10 4/4 white angels. Can you see where that could be decent? If you ever got to 12 mana and you play this card, it's game ending unless they have a board sweeper. You're gonna win. Obviously to get to 12 mana, you're gonna need green. So we might take this out. Yeah, it's very sick. It's actually a cruel card, but you have to have the mana on the board. So if you're not ramping with green, you're probably not going to use this card because you're never going to get it out there. But it's good in your deck if that's the best thing out of what I'm looking at. Because even if you created, say, 3 of them, then you got 3 2/2 creatures on the board that can help defend, either chump block. Chump blocking means that you know that your creature is going to die against their creature, but it stops their creature from doing damage to your face. So anytime you can put a chump blocker on the board, it helps you with other creatures that are doing their job. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Not that I don't know if I'll use this, but do you have this card? Oh, shoot. I can't fucking see. Got 4 tails. Oh, yeah, I got 4 tails. Okay, throw... For now, let's throw all 4 of those tails in. Yeah, throw all 4 of those in for now. And then do you have makeshift battalion? We have way too many cards in this deck, but we're going to narrow it down. I do a lot of decks like this. 4 of the makeshift, let's put 2 of those in. And then next to that, do you have a rising populace? Okay, put them in. I think that's it. I think that's all. I think that's all I'm going to need here. That's costs too much. Okay, I think this is a good start. So when I'm building a deck, I'm throwing everything I think I might need into it. And then once I've gotten to that point, then I usually switch to this look. And then I start looking at where I'm at, okay? So I'm going to hit this, and it's going to show me what colors I have. It's going to show me how many I have in each mana slot. So I have 15 1-mana spells, 12 2-mana, 13 3, 7 4. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this breaks it all down. This tells you what colors you have and how much mana you need to spend in each color. This right here signifies that you have 24 colorless. Colorless means that you can play any color to play that. And then this tells you that you have multicolor spells. You have 3 multicolored spells, which is your Raptor. And then up here, it tells you how many creatures and how many non-creatures. In an aggro deck like this, you want to have at least 75-25. So if you drop the creatures, you need to drop the non-creatures. Does that make sense? And then over here, it tells you how many creatures, how many instants, sorceries, enchantments, planeswalkers, and land. Okay? So now we can get out of this. You use this right here to tell you what lands you want. If we ended up staying in green, then we would want to put like a ratio of what? What is this? 5-to-1. So if you have 24 lands, you would want 4 green and the rest white. Does that make sense? But we're not going to do that because we're not playing green. You're too good in white. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all the green spells. So take out the Arbors, take out the Llanowar Elves, take out Paradise Druid, and take out Huatle's Raptor. And that should leave you all white. Then I'm going to go back to this look, because to me it's easier to see. And then you're going to look at what's called mana curve. If I hit this, this is your mana curve. You want this to look like this. So you want a certain amount of white, and then you want 2s, and then you want some 3s, and then you want to go back down here for 4s and down here for 5s. And sometimes you don't even want 5s. Unless they're conclave where you can convoke, where you can, convoke where you can tap your creatures to cast them. So I want to have this as close to a straight line here and then go down this way. Okay, so going back to this view here, did you say you have 3 welcomes or just the 2? I forgot. This card here, do you have just the 2, I think you said? Yeah, okay, no problem. And we had 3 of those, with 3 of those, and 3 of those. Definitely want to keep those in. I think we're going to get rid of Proliferate because there's not... Well, wait a second. Maybe we won't. Let me think. We need to get rid of 5 cards. So the first thing I get rid of is... Wanderer's Strike. Take Wanderer's Strike out. The second thing I get rid of is the Wanderer. We want to make your deck as quick as possible. So we need lower mana spells, and the higher the mana that it costs, the less likely you want that in your deck, unless it's removal. These kind of have to be, and then again, that's why you want the Conclave Tribunal, because Conclave Tribunal is convoke, which means that if you have 3 creatures on the board, it only costs 1 white mana to play it. If you have 4 creatures on the board, it doesn't cost you any mana to play it. So Convoke is what you want, but you don't have that option, so no big deal. Alright, the next thing, I liked Lyra, but she's slow, and she's really only that great. I mean, she's good against any deck, but she's really, really good against mono red. Because she's a flyer that is not only hard to kill, but she's first strike, and when she attacks or blocks, she gains you 5 life. She also pumps your other angels up. So if you have other angels in the deck, she makes your other angels better, like Resplendent Angel, Shalai, and Lyra, so any angels. But you're not an angel deck. You're a counter lifelink deck. So we're going to take Lyra off. Yeah, obviously in an angel deck you got to have a Lyra. The other thing that's not that important in this deck, especially now that we've taken out green, Shalai is really good for her hexproof, but she's also very vulnerable because when she's on the board, everybody's trying to remove her. So she's not important for this deck, so we're going to take Shalai out. And then the other thing is I think we will take out one. We're going to take out one of the Teo's light shields. Because really, Teo is good for putting a +1/+1 counter on another creature. But then, you know, you're really not going to use the +1/+1 on Teo because it's pointless. She's a 1/3, so she does really nothing for you. So she's a chump blocker. So once she puts a +1/+1 counter on another creature, then all she is there for is as a wall. She becomes a wall. Even though she can attack, she's basically there just to chump block. So we'll put 3 of those, and that makes a 60-card deck. Now we need to go and we need to look and say, do we need 24 planes? Well, we're playing Finale of Glory because you don't want to get mana flooded, but you also don't want to get mana screwed. We've got Settle the Wreckage, Leonin, Exelon, Heromancer, so Johnny. Those are all 4s, except for Finale, which is a better than 4. So I think we leave this 24. Now, a normal white weenie deck. A normal white weenie deck is only going to have about 20, maybe 22 land. Because you're going to not play this, not this, not this, not this, not this. And you might have 1 or 2 of these in it. There's a lot of these cards that aren't in a white weenie deck. But for a cheap white weenie deck, you probably don't want any of these in here. But for this deck, because you don't have the other cards we need, this is how we're going to play it. So we need the 24 land. But normally, I wouldn't play 24 land in a white weenie deck. So just letting you know. Okay? So we'll just call this... we'll just call this Mono White Glory. It's not really a glory deck because we only have 1 glory. But just for shits and giggles, we'll call it Mono White Glory. To be honest with you, this is one of your strongest cards in the deck. That's fine. Call it whatever you want. Law Rune Enforcer is going to be really good control because as long as their creatures don't have hexproof, it only costs you 1 to tap one of their creatures that are causing you problems, like a big 4/4 trampler or something like that. Or if they have a Lyra on the board, you can tap her. Every time it's his turn, you can tap it. And then he can't use it until his next turn because she stays tapped until you're done with your turn. So you use this on your opponent's turn most of the time, not on your turn. Yes, you can tap it in his turn as long as you have 1 available mana and as long as this isn't already tapped. So that's why Law Rune Enforcer is so strong in a cheap weenie deck, because you can stop monster creatures from being even a Got, my 9/9, Gitu that I put on the board on that Selesnya deck. On my turn, you would pay 1 mana, tap the Law Rune Enforcer. I can't, and then it's my turn. I can't use Gitu. So you wouldn't play him for the first... Oh yeah, you could put him on the board because people are going to probably try to kill it. But yeah, you can put it on the board. It's a one mana. So if you can get him on the board to do 1 point of damage, great. But once they start putting creatures on the board, you're not going to attack with this. This is just going to be a control thing. You only attack with it when there's nothing else on the board to damage it. All right, so we're going to make this a deck. So I'm going to hit done. and I'm going to go ahead and play this for you so you can kind of see. I'll play a couple games so you can kind of see how it works. It's probably not going to do well against, you know, because I'm in platinum. So go ahead. I'll hold on. Hold on. I'm holding on. Anyway, you're not going to do well with this deck in platinum. You know, you need to build up some stuff and have better cards in it to beat anybody in platinum. Yeah, sure, no problem. Go ahead. How you doing, Killer Chronic? You still beating ass? You still kicking butt? Sure, no problem. Okay, here we go. Let's see how I do. Now, this is against platinum players because in MtGArena, whatever rank you're at, you play against other players at that rank. So, if I can beat people with this deck in platinum, then you know you can get there. You go like from the second card you put in. Didn't take this long, but man, how cool is this? Thanks so much. Yeah, no problem, man. If you had to use the bathroom, you always can let me know. Okay. So, I'm going to play against a platinum player here, and we'll see how good this deck is. It's a cheap version of mono white, and we'll just see how good it does against somebody that's playing a probably good version of a platinum deck. See, he's got Pitiless Bond. Right now, he's already kicking our asses. But we'll go ahead and put this on the board. This is indestructible and death touch. All he has to do is pay 1 mana and sacrifice another creature. So he could sacrifice and then this dies. So we want to get rid of these fairly quickly. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put Teo on the board because she's a good blocker. And we're going to add a token to the Healer's Hawk. And we're going to attack with the Healer's Hawk. Right now, a Johnny can do nothing because if he attacks, they're just going to sack the other creature, make it death touch, and he dies. So this here is here for one reason and one reason only right now, a blocker. This is your means to fly over his head and do the damage and gain the life. Okay, so now that we have that on the board, this right here, if these die, this gives him 1 life and loses us 1 life. So this is a nasty card. We don't want him to have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to Ixalan's Binding that right now while we have a chance. So we're going to throw Ixalan's Binding on the board. And we're going to bind that. What happens when I bind this card is he's no longer able to play this card. So he gets rid of it in response, which is good for us because he just got rid of that. So he can play it later. So you wasted an Ixalan's Binding, but you got rid of that off the board, and it didn't cost you anything. Except for the Ixalan's Binding, which is fine. Now eventually we're going to get Lawn Rune Enforcers on the board, and we're going to start tapping these so they can't block us. If he attacks right now, I have enough life to where I can let him attack. Attacking us doesn't hurt us. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the Law Rune Enforcers on the board. Now, you can't use them right away because they have Summoning Sickness. So I can only start using them on the next turn. Again, I'm just going to attack with the Healer's Hawk because he has no way to block it. He doesn't have anything to block it. And I just keep growing my Pride Mate. Now he's going to start getting scared because I can double block. I can double take these out. Soren is a good card because Soren can gain him life. Soren makes planeswalkers and creatures you can control on your turn lifelink. So if he attacks right now with these creatures, he gains life for all those that he attacks. Okay, so I know I told you before that we don't want to tap his creatures on your turn, and that's true, unless you can win the game. You can kill Soren, but Soren only bothers you. He returns creatures to the board, but he only really bothers you as far as his creatures becoming life link. So I don't have to kill him, but because I can, I'm gonna. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Hieromancy's Cage, his Cruel Celebrant. Again, that card allows him to gain life, and you lose life if any of his creatures die. Okay, so he's disbarking my Hieromancers, so that's fine. No big deal. So now we'll go ahead and we'll and kill the Soren. I didn't have to, but since I can, I'm gonna. Again, he gained a life, I lost a life because of that. We need to get this off the board because it's going to keep gaining him life and losing you life as long as this is on the board. Anything that dies, these can make these and these die. So if he pays 1, he sacrifices the Martyr of Dusk. He gains a life, you lose a life. Then this becomes a 1/1 white lifelink creature token. Then he can sack that token and he gains a life and you lose a life. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to end the turn with that. And then as soon as I can, I'm gonna tap that, and I'm gonna tap that. Now we can't use those. See how strong that is? I always want to keep 2 mana open now because I have to tap these every time I can. So I'm gonna play this. That still gives me 3 mana open. Now that I'm not worried about the Death Touch, I'm not worried about Death Touch anymore because this doesn't have Death Touch and this doesn't have Death Touch. Now I can start attacking with this. So, I'm going to attack with this. You need to leave these untapped because you're going to have to keep using these over and over again on these two. Because if he can use these, he's going to be in control. So now I can attack because these can block it, but they can't kill it. So I'm going to attack with this and this. Now he's either going to have to take 9 damage or he's going to have to lose a creature. Now he's going to gain a life and I'm going to lose a life from Celebrant. That's fine. But I'm still going to do 2 damage here. Alright. As soon as I can, I'm going to tap the Pontiffs. As soon as he gives me a chance. There we go. Tap. Now he can respond by killing his creature if he wants, and that's fine. But that's one thing we have to worry about. Resolve it. And then tap this. He can kill the other Pontiff if he wants here. Oh, he kills the Celebrant. Okay. Okay, now he's down to 2 creatures. And they can't do anything as long as this is on the board. Now that hurt. That hurt. These should have died. Oh, he paid the life. Did he pay the life? Oh, he sacrificed them to be indestructible. Alright, so that hurt. Yeah. See, that's the problem with playing against other decks that are in Platinum. Because they have cards that you don't have that'll kick your butt. But just remember, Envy, you are in a lower tier, so you're probably not going to have to worry about so much that stuff. All right, we're gonna go ahead and attack. We're gonna try to get him to block us with both of these because we want these off the board. Okay, this is only good for this one. This is only going to be good next turn. He's got us. He's got us by the balls right now. We need to find a board sweeper like a Settle the Wreckage right now. And he's got another Celebrant. Oh, that's awful. We're going to have to take the damage here. Actually, we're going to block here. This is a good deck, what he's playing. I have this deck. It's a very good deck. Okay. Now we got to make some choices. He's only got 2 other creatures on the board, so if he makes one of these, Death Touch and Indestructible, he's got to sacrifice something else. So I think we're going to go ahead and use this for everything we can, which is 5. We need to get some bodies on the board. And then we're going to just hold up. Because now we can kill one of these, possibly 2, if we block. That Queen's Commission is kicking our butts. That doesn't help us at all, but we'll throw it on the board. And now we can start tapping his Pontiffs. No attacks. End the turn. A lot of times, in order to be a good Magic player, you just have to be patient. Yeah, we need... No, because it wouldn't have helped us early game. We wouldn't have had enough mana to play it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap one of the Pontiffs here. That way we only have to deal with one, because only one of them can attack here. Oh, man, he's killing us with these freaking Queen's Commissions. Okay, in this situation, I want to double block here. Because he can't keep having too many of these on the board. These are good. These are hurting us. And then we'll go ahead and block one of those. The reason why you want to leave 2 up is because you want to have 2 more blockers for this. Because he's going to kill one of these. Possibly 2 if he makes him indestructible. So you want to keep 2 up. So I want to take one of these out of the board. And he's going to make this indestructible, but he has to kill another creature to do that. What he's going to kill is either going to kill one of these, because they're going to die anyway. See? He kills this one. It was going to die anyway. We take 2. I probably could have blocked him too, but I wanted to leave 2 up for him again the next time. We're hurting now because we're keep drawing land. So we're gonna lose. No attacks. End the turn. With him having Pontiff on the board, it's tough. But, you know, I'm still holding up pretty good against a top tier platinum ranked player. And I've got a common white weenie that, you know, this is a very, very... He's probably thinking, how did they make it to platinum using this deck? Is probably what he's saying. Okay, so these are both... this is Death Touch and Indestructible. They're both Death Touch. Oh, jeez, that hurt. This is how strong. This is a strong deck. We're dead. Good game. GG. But you can see, I mean... It did pretty well against that deck. I mean, it lost, but we did okay. If I would have been in gold tier, I probably would be good. Yeah, those board sweepers, both of them killed us. All right, let's try again, just for fun, shits and giggles. I can even go up against the practice, but the practice guy is not going to be that good. So I always use play to see how strong my deck is. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to play one more. If you want to watch, fine. Obviously, if I change this deck around and show you what a real white weenie deck would do, you'd see how well. Yeah, no problem. If you watch this, fine. Thanks. If you can get a Johnny's Welcome on the board, that's the first thing you want to get on the board if you can. Especially if you're playing turn, first. Second, I will go with Lawn Rune Enforcer. I thought about Grateful Apparition, but we don't have any counters on the board right now, so it's okay. You don't want to put a +1/+1 counter on Law Rune Enforcer because he's just, like I said, he's there to help you with other creatures. Now we're going to put Grateful Apparition on the board. And then we're not going to attack because we want to keep this alive. Excuse me. I need more land now. Yeah, mono red's going to be tough, buddy. But you think of all the things that I'm doing and use those against them, and you might have a chance. Oh, he's playing that. He's playing that. That green black. I know what he's playing. He's probably gonna kill the Law Rune Enforcer. Oh, he took the Grateful Apparition. All right, that's fine. We don't want to block that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and seal away the Branch Walker. And at this point, he's only got a 1/1 creature. You don't have anything else you can tap, so now it's okay to attack with the Law Rune Enforcer. I'm kind of hurting right now because I don't have another land. I need 1 or 2 more lands to get really going. There you go. All right, next I'm going to put on Militia Burglar. This allows me to look at the top 4 cards in my deck and pick a card. Excuse me. I'll take a Johnny's Pride Meat. No attacks. This is a nasty card. He's playing Explore. Every time he puts a creature down and explores, every time he explores, he can cause one of your creatures to be -2/-2. So now both... Either this is going to die, or this is going to die right here. Because he gets to put 2 -2/-2 counters on a creatures that I control. So, that's going to die. As soon as I get enough land, I can start tapping his stuff. See, now he's going to kill this. We're playing against Explorer now, so he's got... complete advantage on me. Alright, we're going to throw one of these on the board. Gain some life. Throw this on the board. If he keeps putting Explore creatures on the board, we're going to die. We need to find some way to take care of the lurking Chupacabra as soon as possible. Okay. Yep. Attack with all, I'm assuming. Yep. He's dead. Now I lose my Law Rune Enforcer. This is a deck that's really going to be hard to even come close to beating. I need to find some removal. Alright. We're going to drop this on the board. I want to thin out his deck a little bit before I put Leonin on the board. Oh boy, now he's got Path of Discovery. Yeah, we're hurting now. Oh, now he's going to have Carnage Tyrant. We're so dead. This is the bad thing about trying to play a silver deck against a platinum deck. Oh my god. That is awful. If he can't kill this, at least we can block something. Here comes the Carnage Tyrant. No, okay. Now I'm -2. Good game. I didn't have a chance. Anyway, I hope this gets you a couple wins. I'm gonna change this to what mono white should be, and you can see the difference. You will see the difference. Let's put a couple of those in. I don't want those. I want one more of those. Four Prismates. I want the 4th Leonin. I'm taking this out. I'm taking this out. This is out. 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 Okay. 3 Legion Landing. Aspirant, Snubhorn, Danto. What else do I want out? Where's my removal? Banish Marshall. Where is my Conclave Tribunal? For those. Alright, and then we take out 4 lands. We take out the Ajani's Welcome. Actually, we're going to leave that in. We're going to take out... Take these out. And then another history. All right. This will be a more beneficial weight. Now let's see what happens when I play this. Oh yeah. So are you do you have board advantage, or is the red deck winning? Or did you already lose? Now watch the difference in what this deck can do. Of course he's going to kill my Leonin. Of course. Of course he's going to kill my... Now, see, I don't mind because I want him to use his burn spells on my creatures. As long as I'm not taking burn, then I'm good. I probably should have put a Lyra in, But I would sideboard Lyra for this deck. It's Gruul. So it's red-green. Possibly Naya if he plays white. Nope. Yep. It's red-green. Alright, now I start gaining some life here. Watch this. Double History of Benalia. No attacks. Oh, I forgot to put I know what I'm missing in this deck. I'm gonna change it after this game. I forgot to put that that instant buffer. Alright, now I have a plains in hand, so I'm gonna touch it a couple times to make him think that it's a crazy card. And I'm gonna attack with all three. He's going to think I can bump him, maybe. Sometimes I can get him to be afraid to block. But not this time. But we killed both of his creatures, so... And I'm going to keep the plains in my hand. Sometimes you want to keep a land in your hand if you have enough on the board and you don't have nothing else to play. And make them think that you have something crazy that you can play against them. If I get a Conclave Tribunal, I'm freaking... Nope, I didn't. Okay. So we'll play the history. I'm gonna attack. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to attack with Leonin. But that's okay because he's not gonna block Leonin. And this deck has no way to gain life. As far as I'm aware, the normal play, they don't have ways to gain life. So the more you can damage them, the better. But we're not gonna attack here. We're gonna wait till History of Benalia pumps our knights. He's gonna kill one, if not the Vanguard. But we have time because we have 33 life right now. I gotta get off here pretty soon because I gotta make dinner. I'm the cook in the house. Shoot. Okay. No attacks? He's probably going to try to kill the Vanguard because he knows that I'm just going to keep gaining life. Watch this. Watch this. Boom, 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 boom. It's like playing, boo. It's like playing, what's you call that, pinball. Beep, 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 beep. Alright, killed the Onin. What is he doing now? Oh, he's got Gulta on the board. Oh, man, I wish that would have been a Conclave Tribunal, man. Oh, my God. Okay, no more attacking for now. While the Gulta's on the board, we can't attack. We might have to take a couple hits from the Gulta until we can find some removal. He can cast for days now because he's got old ways. Nikia allows all his mana is double mana. So now he's gonna just start trying to kill my bridesmaid. I needed a creature and not a land, and I would have taken this out of him being able to do this. Excuse me. Yeah, this is my last game. I gotta get off. I gotta make some dinner and get things figured out. Okay, this helps a little bit. Adonto's good because you can pay 4 life and he becomes indestructible. So if he attack, now this is if he attack, this is trample, so it doesn't do much for this. But if he attacks with this, I can make him indestructible and block it. It doesn't kill this creature, but it doesn't allow him to kill us or do damage to us. We're at a standstill right now because he's not attacking. And I'm in big trouble as far as the board. The board state right now is his favor. Oh man, he can just fire off on everything I have with this Hellkite. I can't believe he's not. Oh yeah, he can do that even while he's. That's right. It doesn't matter if he's tapped. He can still kill my stuff. Carnage Tyrant changes things. I can block it with the Johnny's Pridemate though, so the only thing I can't block right now is the Hellkite and the Galta, because the Galta kills my Pridemate and does 2 damage. There, that helps. I would like to get rid of Galta here, but I've got to take care of the Hellkite because he can kill my other creatures. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to kill my Conclave. Oh, he could have done some damage to my creatures just now. That was dumb. He should have used Hellkite to kill Danto and the Knight first. I can kill any one of his creatures right now except for the Galta. And so he's going to attack with Galta. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and not block. We need to grab another Conclave Tribunal here, or any creature. The only thing we don't want here is land. Anything else helps us but land. Oh, and the Johnny's Welcome. I don't want one of those. Already got 2 on the board, so that doesn't help us. So he's gonna get another 12 in on us. We can't attack with the Pridemate right now because otherwise he can attack with the Carnage Tyrant and Old Ways. So we're gonna leave a Johnny where it's at. Oh, see that is a game ender right there. Tender Shoot Dryad allows him to build +1/+1 Sapperling tokens at the end of my upkeep and his upkeep. And every time, now that he's got the City's Blessing, he creates a 3/3 Sapperling creature token that becomes 5/5 because she also makes +2/+2 Sapperlings. So they come in the board as a 1/1. She makes them 2/2s, so they become 3/3s. So watch. As soon as he's done with his turn, this is going to make a 3/3 Sapperling. And we don't have board wipers in this deck, so unfortunately we're going to get our asses whooped. Yeah, that doesn't help us. That does not help us. It helps us a little bit, but not a lot. Not enough. Because cancel. Because I still can't block the Galta. And he can just attack with all and kill me. So good game. That was a bad deck to go against to show you how good this deck is. But it is what it is. The only thing that I'm missing here, I'm going to go after this. But I forgot to put in the enchantment. I got to figure out what I'm going to take out for it. It's cost 3. Oh, I just put enchantment in here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh no, it's not an enchantment. That's right. It's a instant. Instant. It costs 3. Unbreakable formation. I want 4 of those in. I'm gonna take out 1 Marshal. Actually, I'm gonna leave the Marshals in. I think I'm going to take out the Sky March. There, it's a much better deck now that I got it fixed. But hey, I want to thank you both for showing up and inputting today and helping me have a pretty good stream. So shout out to Envy and Killichronic for the follows, and Indica Fat Bud, however you say that, for the subscribe. I know that's you, Killichronic, so thanks for subscribing, and I appreciate the support. I hope I see you guys again. If you have any more questions, I'll be back tomorrow at about 12:30. So bring in some deck ideas, talk to me about what you're having problems with, and I will try to fix and help you with anything I can. So thanks again for a great stream. You both have a great day, and hopefully I see you again tomorrow. Have a nice